Something really interesting happened this week in the world of AI, and that is that Claude AI, a main competitor to ChatGPT, had their system prompt leaked. So we got a rare opportunity to kind of look under the hood and see the rules that govern how these LLMs work. Now, I read through the entire system prompt, and the pieces that really stood out to me were related to citations, or how Claude AI was instructed to determine what content and what sources to cite in its answers. Let's take advantage of this leak and see what we can learn about how to get cited by AI. So there were a few things that really stood out as most relevant to generative engine optimization. And the first thing was a line in the prompt that said, every specific claim should be wrapped in citation tags. This means that every fact must be sentence level. The model cannot cite anything that's not in a clean and self-contained sentence. So if your content contains a lot of run-on prose or extraneous information, it's unlikely to get cited. The second thing that stood out is that metadata does not get cited. This means that sidebars, tooltips, and meta tags are completely ignored and only visible body text gets cited. So make sure that you move essential facts and claims into the main content of your website. The third thing that stood out in the leak to me is a line in the prompt that instructs if the search results do not contain any information relevant to the query, then politely inform the user that the answer cannot be found. This means that Claude is not allowed to speculate. It's not allowed to infer information based on content. Make sure that you're using natural language phrasing that clearly answers user questions. The last thing that really stood out to me is that Claude allows multiple sources for a single fact. This shows that the model really values corroboration, and so if you're not echoing or being echoed in your content, you're less likely to surface. So make sure that you're publishing your core facts on several different owned assets. Also make sure to reference and echo trusted sources. So key takeaways from this leak. Make sure that you're following Claude's rules. Make sure that you're publishing clear facts, you're trimming filler, and you're referencing reliable sources in your content, and also corroborating your content in multiple places. I'm Grace with the GEO Lab. Follow along as we crack the code on how to get cited by AI.